We are going live, and we're live.
Oh yeah.
Cool. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, everyone. This is Freek and I. We are going to do some pairing. You'll have
Oh
to
yeah.
you'll have to bear with us. This is like some pretty interesting audio. We're piping through Skype on a call where we're sharing screen, and then it's going through the video streaming to the
Woo.
YouTube. And then we're going to share Freek's screen, so we're going to be hopping back and forth. So hopefully, if you can let
Oh,
us know in the chat that you are hearing us and seeing us okay. Freek, you want to
hello,
say some
test one,
words?
two, three. Yeah. Hello everybody. I'm glad you're joining this live stream. This is the first time that I'll be pairing live on the stream, so should be fun. And I think maybe no, you have done it already, right?
I did it with
Yeah,
Stauffer a
Mike?
few weeks ago, but I was kind of just in the back. So hopefully today we're more interactive.
Okay, okay.
So it seems like the
Cool.
levels are good. Everybody's good. People can hear us and see screens. All right, cool. So I'm just
Okay.
gonna bring up. I'm gonna set up the stage here just a little bit, real quick, and then we'll kick it over to Freek. Um, so the other day I kind of tweeted this because I was working on Laravel Shift, and I was working on the workbench just to give you some context. And basically, I was needing to loop over these shift connection strings, which are colon separated strings, and I got to make sure it's a real shift connection, an SCS object. So, of course, the naive approach, I was just looping over them. It's a value object, so I knew it up. And if the value object doesn't receive in the constructor the appropriate bits of data from the repository, it throws an invalid argument exception. So I was using that in the validator. We can actually look at the real code. So I was using this as just kind of an inline validation here for the repositories field. So, this is cool, but later I had to do this again, and I kind of cleaned it up a bit and did a collection where I just split it the same way and then use map into, which is awesome, and then map. Now, at this point, because it's happening after validation, I don't need to do the try catch anymore because I know that they're valid at this point. But it got me thinking, wouldn't it be really cool if I could do kind of the same thing down here? So, still this validator function, but instead of having to do that whole try catch block, I could do something like really cool where I just like caught that exception here, right? So I posted this on Twitter. Freek immediately messaged me and was like, I want that. And so I think, Freek, didn't you already hack on this a little bit?
Yeah, I couldn't help myself. I think the first time we spoke, we said like, let's just solve this problem together. But yeah, my head was spinning and I thought, hey, I need to quickly experiment on this. So I now have a solution in my head,
Yeah.
but yeah, I threw it away so we can
What?
just build it again live on stream.
So you threw it, you don't even want to show us and then we'll rebuild it?
No, no,
We got to
I
start from
already threw
scratch?
it away. I don't have an option anymore, so the code
What?
is gone. Oh
Did,
yeah, sorry.
did you RMRF it? What's going on?
Yeah,
Mm.
just nuke the entire project where I built it.
Get it out of the little trash bin. Go down there to the trash bin. All right.
But you already have some thoughts on it too, right?
Yeah, but I was curious your solution. So let's do that because I thought we were going to share your screen for a minute and you were going to show us your solution.
Yeah, but let's share my screen and I'll just build it up from scratch.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah, let's toggle that over. So we're going to go full screen for a sec. You and me.
Yeah.
And
Let me
I'll stop
share.
sharing.
And now I'm gonna share my screen. This monitor, yeah, going to move you out of here. So I hope everybody can see the starry field and
Yeah,
the
let me
terminal
toggle
here.
back and let me go full screen on go full screen on Skypesville. So I don't know how to turn off this top portion. Whoa, that's not it. I kind of have that top bar. If anybody knows how to turn off that top bar in Skype, so I'm truly full screen, let me know. But we're seeing it for the most part.
Okay. Let's just start with just a fresh Laravel application. I'll just do this from scratch. So there's nothing in my pockets, nothing in my hands.
Yeah.
This is just a fresh installation. and let's just try it. And
I'm gonna go on
yeah,
mute for a second and finish my breakfast bar.
okay, enjoy, man. I'll entertain the folks here. Hi. I've opened up the Laravel application, but I should move it to the right thing here. Yeah, and I think the normal way would be to just clone the framework repository and start there. But usually to just scaffold some things, what I tend to do is just open up the vendor folder and just start tinkering with it. I think some people also might write tests for this first, but I like to just explore the code a little bit before I write this, just to
Yeah.
see, yeah,
I'm a
what
super
direction.
spiker too. I spike it out to see. I call it spiking, but I spike it out to see like what it looks like, and then I'll throw away the code and actually write some tests. Or if it's
Yeah,
only a few lines of code, then I'll just backfill the test.
yeah, I do the same. Pragmatic things for the win.
One thing though, what's up with this white? I'm blinded.
Yeah, this helps you keep awake.
I don't even
Or
need the white like or the eCam light or whatever 300 lumen. I mean, look at this. Look how bright I am right now.
yeah, I should write a blog post about this. You don't need lights to illuminate your face.
You
Just
just
use
need
the
your
white.
monitor
Yeah,
on a stark background.
yeah,
All
just
right, take over.
do the white background. Okay, so how I'm going to try this. I'm going to explain this. Maybe I'll just yeah try to scaffold it maybe in a little test here. So what we're trying to do is do a collection of, let's say, ABC, and then we should maybe try something here, maybe map something, and this is, I guess, a letter, and we want to go maybe string to upper or something very easy. Of course, the letter. And here we want to have like a catch when something goes wrong, right? Let me just do something else here and put an exception here. Throw new exception like that. And then we want to, yeah, just catch it here, I guess. Yeah,
Yeah.
see, now I'm writing the test first, but I'm not going to completely write it. It's just to get people on the page, on the same page to see what we want to do.
No,
And
it's a
maybe,
good practice of like writing the API you want, you know?
yeah,
I think
yeah,
a lot of
indeed.
devs say like I don't like this, but they don't really know where they're going yet, and
Hmm.
it can get you into trouble. So I think it's good to like stop and think, what do I want this to be before you go making an abstraction.
Yeah, indeed. Fully agree on that. So here maybe we'll just DD out the message or something. And what we want to do is, yeah, catch the exceptions that are here. But yeah, I think it's very hard because if PHP executes,
Yeah.
here you haven't set anything up, so you must have a place to, you must have a seam to
Yeah.
add something there, to add the try catch block. So I don't think we can escape the fact that we should have a try thing here.
No, I
And this is
agree. There was actually a lot of comments for people that saw the thread. There were a lot of comments that were like, "Oh, you can't just put a catch at the end." Now, if this was some kind of pending object, like eloquent query or something like that,
Mhm.
we could probably do the catch because it would be like the caboose. It would be the last thing, and we would
Yeah.
be able to set up the preceding code. But to Freek's point, we kind of need to tell and say this block within the collection pipeline needs to be, error handled.
Yeah, indeed. Because otherwise, there's no way to know. If there's an
Yeah.
exception here, then PHP will just stop and you can't do anything about that.
I think it's actually like a really nice thing though, because if you think about it, what if you only want to try catch a portion of your collection pipeline and not the other? So I think it's actually a blessing in disguise.
Yeah, I think so too.
Because if you
I
wanted to
think so
chain
too.
something after catch and you didn't care, I think this is actually a cool syntax.
Yeah. I think so too. It feels natural to me because
Yeah.
yeah, in PHP you also don't have a catch without a try, you know? You must mark what you're
Yeah.
trying to catch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
So I think that this try method, yeah, it should be on the collection method, right? There's like really no other way to do this. So I'm going to just yeah, where maybe just at the end, just add it.
Have you
Public
like how
function.
do you feel about that message that pops up in PHPStorm just as a quick aside?
Yeah, I just entered it very, very fast away.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
kind of annoying.
it's kind of annoying. I'm glad that it only pops up once when
Yeah.
you try to do this. So
For this
that's good.
file, yeah, it's going to pop up again here in a minute.
So try, and then we should, yeah, what are we going to do? We should have a way going back to this to, I think, not execute it
Yeah.
before we have this, because if we are going to execute this, then we still have the same problem. Then the execution will happen,
Yeah.
the exception will be thrown, and you will never reach this.
Yeah.
So we need a way to only execute this when we reach this, I
Yeah.
think.
Beautiful.
So what are we going to do? I think we need to give some other kind of object back
Yeah.
that behaves the same
Collection.
as a collection,
Yeah.
and just remember there what is being called.
We're there. We're
So
there, Freek. That's exactly what I was thinking.
so taking a look at these folder, I see some higher order things here, and yeah, those higher order things.
They're
Uh,
fancy.
they're fancy, and they already wrap something up, you know. They get like a collection, they
Mm-hmm.
do something with it, and then they call something on it. So
Beautiful.
I thought, yeah, maybe let's just do the same. So yesterday, yeah, when I tried it out for myself, I just copied this higher tab proxy and I just created like a new class here. And what was the class called? Higher order. And I don't think this is really a higher order thing
Yeah, it's
because it's
actually not a higher order, but I want to come back to that because I think I want it to be. I think I want the syntax to be higher order. But let's do it. Just
all
let's
right.
make it
Let's
first.
okay. So I'm going to, even though the name isn't perfectly higher order, I don't know, try catch collection, something like that.
Yeah.
And that's a class. So we are here. I'm going to copy the other here, the other class here, and just rename it. And now we have something that we can actually use. And here we already have that call
Yeah.
method that just proxies all the methods to that. Maybe it's more of a proxy, right? A proxy collection.
Let's
I
not
don't
worry
know.
about the
Just
name. Let's not worry about it.
oh, okay. Back on track.
Keep
So
going.
so what we here are going to do is, yeah, we are going to give that object back. So we are going to return a new higher order try catch collection,
Yeah.
and we'll just give it this one.
Wrap it up.
And so this one, yeah, in Laravel I'm not allowed to use return type ins, right? Normally I would do this, but we're in the Laravel source code, so let's not do that.
Yeah.
So now we have a collection here, and here it's called target, but let's make it original collection or something like that. I think that's more clear. I know we shouldn't worry about the naming, but let's worry a little bit. Oh, it didn't rename this right. Original collection. Yeah, I know in Laravel I should keep these, but just for the stream I'm going to remove it just
I
to have.
normally remove them and stuff like my code.
Yeah, me too. Okay, then we have a call, and we're going to adjust that in a bit, but
Well, let's
I think,
just for the viewers, let's talk about what this call method does real quick.
yeah, so whenever you call something on this class that doesn't exist as a function here, this function will get executed. It's a magic PHP function, And what it will receive is the method name and all the parameters you give it. So maybe let's give an example to get people up to speed. If I would, my fancy JMac method or
Oh yeah,
something
thanks, man.
like that, and maybe put like an array here or something, then if I were to call it on this function, of course that fancy JMac method doesn't exist here, then this would be the string, my fancy JMac method, and this would be that array that that I passed it to. That's how that call here works.
Sweet.
But what we can do here, I think, because these ones we all want to, yeah, handle here because those functions are defined on the original collection. But I'm going to do that in a minute. I'm going to do the catch first because that is a method where we want to define behavior for.
Yeah.
This behavior is on the original class. This one is on the, that's the one we try to implement. So this is our function, catch.
I like it.
Um,
Callback.
And what we should do here, I think you're right. It's a callback. We don't give it like the exception itself, but yeah, a callable. I don't think those are type hinted in callable. Type hinted in Laravel code as well. Normally, I would, I think.
Give it up,
Callable.
Freek. We're not doing it. We're not
Yeah,
typing.
yeah. Okay. So, and here we should
It's Dorinda's
see what's.
birthday, so we can't do it. You can't type hint on Dorinda's birthday.
Let's make something final for him.
Oh God.
Internet blows up in Australia.
If our stream goes down, that's why. Just so everybody knows.
He just hacked us. If you see Dorinda's face here, then he hacked us. Okay, so this is a function of our own. Maybe let's see what we need to do here. So we need to keep all those calls. And we already have almost the entire implementation here, but yeah, this is a little bit wrong. I think what we should do is here have like called methods. And here we are going to keep everything that was called. So whenever there's something called here, maybe we'll just do, I'm doubting if I should call this method name or name, but I'm going for name now.
So so we're basically wrapping up and collecting. We're carrying, I think is the correct technical term. We're going to carry the result of all the things that are being called, quote unquote, dynamically between our try-catch block.
Yeah, and this is our method name that we're going to keep, and we're also going to keep all the arguments or parameters as well. So I guess this is parameters then, something like that. Yeah, usually I also, when I coded something up, then I also go over it and polish it a little bit. But in the first pass, it's still a bit messy, and I'll think about the names a little bit later.
Yeah, that's a good point. We're definitely, it might not feel like it, but we're definitely still in the spike phase. So like we're not worried about names or cleaning up code just yet. So there's a lot of good recommendations in the chat, but we're still kind of proving this can work first.
Yeah, indeed. And we'll polish up a little bit.
Oh yeah.
A little bit.
We'll take all your comments and put them in play.
Yeah.
Not code comments though.
All right. Called methods. We have that. So Papa, I think that's it, right? So we just have the called methods, and yeah, we should return. Oh, I already got return this, I guess. And then we have all the called methods. And then I think what we should do is have a try catch block here. I'm going to catch the exception here. There are some things to be said about having exception here, but let's talk about that later. And here we are just going to, I guess for each all those called methods as called method. And then we are going to do it on the original collection, right? So on the original collection, we are going to the called method name, I guess. And then we should give it and spread it all the called method parameters, I guess. So let me explain this this spread operator if you don't know it. And I got a typo here. So PHP will actually give. No, I'm going to start differently. If you call a method with several parameters, you will get every parameter here in an array. And the first parameter will be the first item, the second parameter will be the second item, and so on. So we have those here in an array. And what the spread operator does is unpack that array. So if we call that method here, then it will receive the first element in this array as the first argument and the second value in the array as a second argument. That's how that works. I kind of like it, spread operator. You have any comments on this?
No, it's good.
J-Man?
Yeah, we had some interesting things in the chat, so let's finish it out and see it work. But yeah, there's some good questions and recommendations coming across.
Okay.
So I think some people are curious why we're not like calling or doing the try in the call. So I'll talk on that while you keep typing.
Okay.
So yeah, if we invoke those methods immediately, the things in this case like the map and the each, if they threw an error, we don't have any kind of support around them individually. So we're kind of chaining up all those, and then we're going to call them later, so we can wrap them in trycatch. So again, this might not necessarily be the best way or the only way. We're just kind of seeing if it works just yet.
Yeah. So I typed a little bit further. So in our catch block, if there is an exception, we are going to give that exception to the callable that was given. So let's see in our usage here. So we pass a callable that accepts an exception, and we are just going to pass it through. And I think we need some more logic here to see what kind of exception we want here. I didn't go as far as that because I think that's a little bit of a boring problem because I'm fairly certain
that we can drive that with the tests.
Yeah,
but I do think that's a cool feature though. Like if we go back to your test real quick, just to clarify, like basically in your catch, whatever you type hint the exception to be, it would be cool if this code was smart enough to make sure it only caught those and not all exceptions. So it honored whatever your type hint was, just like PHP does. So that would be cool. But there is actually an error here on 27. Some people were saying that we need to actually store that.
I made that exception yesterday, that error yesterday, and I found it out in my tests. So that's why I did it intentionally wrong.
It's intentional.
Now. So that you see it in the test. But yesterday I made that error myself as well, and I thought, this is fine, and then the test said, nope, it's not fine.
Yeah.
But maybe it's better if we illustrate that in the tests.
Yeah, that sounds good.
So, let's maybe try it. And I think what I want to know is, does the original behavior still work?
Sure.
That's the thing that I want to know for first. So here I'm going to add that to a variable, and here I'm going to assert equals maybe. And I expect this to be A, B, and C, like that. And here collection to array. And this is something interesting. We don't have any type hints anymore here because this map function, it isn't defined on that higher order try catch thing. So I don't have any code completion here, which I think is a major problem because people love automatic code completion, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's the best way to do this, but I think in the packages that I create, I solve it this way. If I have this kind of proxy thing, I use a little known doc block called the mixin. And the mixin actually says that every method that is available on this class is also available on this class.
Ooh, interesting.
And now we have code completion, hopefully. To array. Oh no, I'm lying. What is wrong? Let's see. So we have that try here. I map. Ah, yeah, it knows it can map. So it got this try is actually in our higher order thing.
Yeah.
Oh no, this is in our thing. Why? Ah, yeah, and now it knows that we have that map. Catch. Maybe it doesn't know that catch returns something.
I think the comments are saying maybe we didn't get the right type hint in the mix-in.
You can use illuminate support mix-in illuminate support collection.
Yeah,
I guess that's right.
looks good to me.
Yeah.
Whatever.
What I'm going to sorry Laravel, I'm going to add a return type hint here and see if that fixes our problem. Yeah, and now I have all the methods available as well.
Cool.
So to array. So we still know that it's a collection. And here we're operating on our proxy kind of class, and I also have auto-completion here, so I'm happy. Okay, let's run the test and see if it works. Nuno is in the chat, I see. Maybe I should have installed Pest before I started this project.
Sorry, Nuno.
I hope he still
we'll get it.
We'll get
it.
Yeah, we'll still do it old school. It can I don't know, perform trycatch or something like that. We're just scaffolding. This name doesn't really matter, but it needs the annotation, right? This is how I like to annotate tests. All right, let's try it out and see what happens. Array to string conversion. And this is actually being catched here, I guess. So I did something wrong, but let's discover together what happens. I'm going to try to get the entire catch here. Object does not match expected array. In example test 24.
Yeah.
How am I going to fix this? Let's see what collection is. This is the interesting part, right? Where we go a little bit off. So called methods.
I think this goes back to your original collection is not, are we not returning the right thing? Drop the try and see what's up. Yeah.
Like this,
yeah. Let's just make sure, because then we know it's in our object, right?
Yeah, it's in our object indeed. That's a good little step to do. So
higher order object does not match expected type array. Well, let's go look at what we're doing.
Yeah, I think we're not returning the right thing, I guess. So try and here. Yeah. I don't know.
The original collection is what?
Are we getting here? Or sorry, we're not getting there. Yeah, that's a good one to see if the original collection is correct. Yeah, in the chat they're probably screaming at me for like, Freek, what are you doing?
Yeah, but let's hack through it for fun. Let's ignore them.
Yeah. Let's see. It's null. Yeah, we do something wrong here. So I probably forgot to give it. So this is this, and this is the collection, right?
This is this.
Why not? It's a higher order try collection. Here, this should be the collection, right?
Should be.
This is the collection, right?
Nice.
Higher order try catch collection. Yeah, so this original collection should be the same, right? It is the same.
It is.
Did we make a typo somewhere or something? This actually can be protected, I guess, because we don't want to be this from the outside. Let's just do this original collection. Is it still the same? Yeah, it's that. And then here we lost it.
No,
Okay, here it's also a collection.
it's just in try or catch. Sorry, it looks like, but we don't even get down there.
Yeah, we don't get here. Return. We return this. And this is our object, of course, and it should have the original collection. Yeah, this is the original collection. Maybe let's... How many operations do I have here? Right.
So what do people in the
Let's...
chat think it is? There were a bunch of things that came across, and I didn't read them all. Collection is actually the proxy thing. Do you need to rewrite original collection after each call? What does somebody
Yeah.
think it is? We're not getting into catch, so
No. Indeed, because this isn't being
you're
called.
not returning any result from the to array. It's just kept in the proxy. Ah, that's interesting. So to array, yeah, we never actually, because we're calling try without catch, we're never actually invoking these.
Right.
So there it is. Thank you. Thank you,
There it is.
Jaden Shepard.
Yeah.
You the man.
So you should actually always have like a catch block, because otherwise
you can't do try without catch.
You're on the proxy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So here we still have that array to string conversion. You know what? I'm going to get the trace as a string here, so we know where we go wrong here. Try order catch collection on line 29.
All right.
And I guess, yeah, this is where the original, where I had problems yesterday as well. I think one of the things we need to do is just change the original collection, because some of these methods just return the changed collection, and we should keep that and work off that one as well. Let's see if that fixes that, but it doesn't. It's something else.
Hold on. What is this saying? Array to string. What is it?
Let's just see what... I guess we do something wrong here. So we have a name, map, and here we have that parameters in that called method.
Yeah.
So call method name is definitely name, so we are going to call map.
Is it a weird PHP thing where it's dereferencing called name like too early?
It could be, and I always forget how to solve that. Is that...
I think you just parentheses it up, right? Or
like this.
Maybe. If not, you can do the old squigglies around the $sign, which is kind of gross in my opinion. But
is that still allowed in the latest versions of PHP to do?
I don't know if PHP 8 likes that. Well,
PHPStorm likes it.
I would probably just do it over just the name part, but yeah.
Call to undefined function map. That's interesting, right?
I don't have a way to draw, but I think if you just do it after the collection method part. Like, so I put the squiggly after the name in the
here.
Yeah, and not at the end.
Yeah. Let's try that. Oh yeah, baby. Here we are. And so I guess the problem was that and not this. If you do this,
yeah, then we never get these.
If you forget to do that,
yeah,
then you never operate on the original collection, and then you always will get the original collection back and not having executed the stuff on there. So you really need to do this.
Yeah. We need to keep,
yeah, so this...
And we were talking about this earlier with carrying the result.
Yeah, indeed. Okay, so that's this. But now I want to see if like an exception really gets in here, right?
Yeah.
So let's do it works. And now let's do a each, yeah, each is a good one. Function up like that. And let's maybe just throw something out here. Exception. Hi, everybody. And maybe let's also display the exception message so we actually know it's that exception message or that exception that we get in here, right?
Nice.
And let me import that as well because having that slash there is gross. All right, let's see if this works. And it works. Hi, everybody. We have trycatch working now. So
Nice.
if there isn't a exception, then we get
Just plays on.
the entire. Then it just plays on, and if we have one here, then it gets catched in our catch thing. And yeah, where the exception is thrown, it doesn't really matter, right? If I do it here, then after this step, it will go here. This one won't get executed anymore.
Nice.
Yeah, this is basically what I had.
It
Yeah,
works.
it still needs to be polished a little bit because yeah, you can have that different exception type. And I also don't think Taylor will allow us to have that return type thing here. Yeah, but we can just solve that with a dog block as well, of course, instead of that. If you want to do it Laravel. Yeah, that was basically what I had in mind for this.
Nice. So yeah, we're getting a couple good questions.
Yeah.
So first things first. What do we? Somebody earlier was saying we could do it all in call somehow. So whoever was in the chat saying that earlier, let us know what you were thinking there. But moving on, going back to the syntax, I think it would be really cool, and I'm sure this is just messing with some higher order, but if you go back to your test, I wish like we didn't have to try, or sorry, I wish we didn't have to call try with like the parentheses. So we just did it like a higher order type thing. So we just said try, like arrow try.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just
Indeed.
a little bit of syntactic sugar there where you don't have to type the 2 extra characters.
You want to do it like this?
Yeah, I don't know. I think that'd be cool. Because like, when are you ever passing anything to try?
But does autocompletion work then? Yeah, it still knows it's
yeah, it's just
thing?
a true higher order. Try becomes a true higher order in like Laravel's terms kind of thing because it just applies everything afterward.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't need to do that like right away. I'm just saying it's kind of interesting.
Yeah, we could do it. Yeah, because I think if you want to do it, yeah, I think it's actually quite easy to implement
Yeah,
it, right?
I think you just add
here if method is try, then I guess we'll just. Ooh, what are we going to do then?
Well, I don't think it's here. I think you register try as a higher order. But yeah, we don't need to.
Yeah.
We don't need to mess with it. I mean, the initial run can be with try.
Yeah, indeed.
As a function or method. Cool. Okay.
Yeah. I think I would rather use it this way because none of the other things are higher order anyway. But yeah, I guess if you let's see how that works. Maybe I don't know, to or map.
Yeah.
To upper, and then you would have like a catch, and here you would have something like that. Yeah, I can see that.
I don't know. It's pretty. It is kind of smooth, but yeah, I agree. Like it's not the end of the world, but
yeah, it feels Laravel-y to support it in any case. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think there was a good name mentioned. They called it Catchable Collection, so that was cool. So we could go ahead and rename that now that we got some audience helping.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Catchable. It's like that. I'm not a native speaker.
No E after the
no catch. E after.
Yeah.
Catchable collection.
We'll start there. It feels better. Anytime you kind of find a better name, I always try it. This is why naming's not hard to me. I just call it whatever until a cooler name presents itself.
Yeah, indeed. Sometimes, and I think you mentioned this somewhere too, if I don't find a right name, I do a very wrong name. Like I should still rename this something like that.
So that I'll intentionally do like kind of a bad name.
Yeah.
I'll literally call a variable whatever. just to keep coding. I think this is legit. Go ahead.
I sometimes do where are the whales?
Oh my God. No, you don't.
Sorry, a little inside joke here.
Yeah, we'll come back to the inside joke. Last thing I wanted to ask the audience and you, what are we thinking as far as like multiple exceptions if we wanted to catch them? Because that's going to be like the first ask. So what do we think on that?
Um,
Can you double up catch? Like how crazy are we going to get?
I don't think you can double up catch. I think you with the current code you can't do it, I guess, because if you catch again, you will
Yeah,
get the original collection back again. So then you're out of our proxy, or how did we call it? Then you're out of our catchable collection.
yeah.
So as of
I
now,
don't
it
think
won't
this
work.
initial iteration, I think what I would probably recommend is you catch the highest, base exception and then you filter it from there.
I think what you could do is just pass multiple callables here if you want that. Maybe that's gross,
Oh
but
man, nuts.
that that we could do, right? And
Yeah,
then
I mean
we
that is an option. I do think it's something we should probably figure out how to support before we put it in there. So maybe since the stream's getting a little long, maybe what we'll do is let's figure out what we want this syntax to be, and then we can whip up the PR like offline.
yeah, that's good.
So let's solve
Um,
this, and then maybe just a tiny bit of polish, and then we'll actually go truly test drive it.
okay. Okay. So here we want to have something else, right? Another exception.
Yeah, I
Let's
think this
call it
is the only
maybe.
way. Not the only way, but I think this is what makes the most sense because in a true try catch in PHP, like native try catch, you would have multiple catches with different bits of. We're not trying to catch multiple exceptions and do the same thing, is what I'm saying.
I think in PHP 7.4 you can have like multiple things here, right? Invalid argument exception.
Uh, if you can, that's new to me. That would be
No,
that would be
it's
Dopesville.
not in a callable, but let me try it in like a
You're
try
dreaming. You're
catch.
dreaming.
Yeah, sometimes I do. So exception or a maybe invalid argument exception and then exception. And now I'm catching both.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's something you can do. I think only in PHP 7.4, I guess you can do
Okay.
this.
Well,
So here you
since
can have like a list.
yeah, that's cool. I actually did not know you could do that, and I was actually like wanting to do something like that a few days ago, so that's really cool. But yeah, since Laravel supports 7.2.5, we can't be
Yeah,
doing that
they're all school.
juiciness just yet.
No, and we can't do it in like a regular function because you can only do this in a
In a
catch
catch, yeah.
block. You can't do it like this. I think in PHP 8 you will be able to do
Yeah.
this. But
Yeah.
yeah, let's not ponder on that yet. So
So I
we
think
want
I
to have
think let's
like
do the multiple catch functions for
yeah,
now. It's a little gross, but
yeah. Okay, so I'm going to in my test I want to have like two separate
yeah.
exceptions, right? So I want to have maybe what kind of exceptions do you have? You
We'll
have
just
like
do
an
yeah, let's do an
invalid.
invalid argument and then the other one's like well, it's going to need to be a
Uh,
different one.
yeah, indeed. Which other ones? Is domain exception a thing? Yeah,
I don't
domain
know.
exception
Seems
is
like it.
also a thing. This is I don't
Invalid.
know, invalid argument exception. I can't type anymore. Exception catcher like that,
Yeah.
and this is in the domain exception argument, right?
Yeah.
And maybe
Just have map throw the other one and we'll toggle them on and off.
yeah, indeed. So this is like the invalid oh, this is another one. Invalid argument exception.
Thanks, PHPStorm.
Yeah, I am so invalid.
Yeah. Let's have the domain exception say no whales.
Yeah, that's a good one. No whales. No whales found.
Oh God.
Domain exception. We tried, JMac. We tried.
We tried more than most would have tried.
Yeah.
I think most
You
would have
know
hit the
what?
harbor and turned straight back.
Yeah. Let me add like a little emoji here, just so we have a whale.
Yeah.
Okay,
So let's
cool.
solve this and then we'll end with a story.
Yeah. Okay, the catchable collection here. Um, and now we can have like multiple callables, right? So I'm going to use the other, I think it's also called the spread operator in this context.
Yeah.
And what it does now, it this will be now callable will be an array of callables you will give it. So we will have to loop over those, I guess.
So we want
So
to
I
call it
think,
callables.
yeah, maybe. Sometimes I do that, sometimes I don't, because I think in most cases, people will pass like one callable, and then it's weird that if you have like completion, that
Yeah.
it hints at something multiple there. So sometimes I keep this callable, but in the context of this code, it's like the right thing to call it callables, I guess. So yeah, so
So I'm gonna
callable.
answer a few questions in the chat real quick. So Josh, yeah, that's a good point, and I think it would be a really cool syntax to be able to chain on the catches at the end. But the problem is we would never really know which one was last. So much like eloquent, where you call get at the end or something, it's one of those things. So yeah, that would be a much cleaner syntax, but unfortunately we can't. I also don't think it's a very common use case that you're gonna, in this context, that you would be catching multiple, different exceptions. You would probably just catch a
Mhm.
generic exception and then write some quick code. Like, so again, I think we need to support it definitely, but it might not be the prettiest of syntaxes out of the box.
Mm.
So yeah, anyway, we're definitely, and then the other thing was, need to reflect the exception to figure out which one we're supposed to handle. This is actually going to drive us to support that.
Yeah.
So I really
Okay.
think, go ahead.
Go ahead,
I was going to
Jamie.
say, I think the for each just needs to go straight in the catch. Because we don't do
Um,
anything with callables until we're actually caught anyway.
yeah, indeed.
So in callables, we would
So
loop over it and basically say, hey, do you match this type? This is where we're going to do it. And then if so, call the callable exception.
yeah, I
Otherwise,
think
we would want to throw, like rethrow it.
I think the first thing that I want to do,
Oh, go
I
ahead.
think, is having like an a method for that where I like handle single callable or something like that callable, because I guess we're going to have some reflection magic. And I think it's good if we have like a separate callable here and just do it there, like this.
You're abstracting
Uh,
before I even know what we're talking about.
and this is callable, right?
Okay.
Now we can just remove it. And yeah, I'm going to keep this in the comments so we can still take a look at it. And yeah, I don't know if it's really necessary, but my gut feeling is that we'll have like more than 4 lines of code to do this, and I don't want to have
No,
it
I'm
like,
with you. I mean, ultimately, we probably need that. I would just continue to write it the naive way.
okay. Yeah, that's also a good way to go about it. Just yeah, I think I learned that term from you actually, JMac. Yagni, just you ain't gonna need this, just do it
Yeah, it's
when
it's
you
from
need
yeah,
it,
it's
you know?
from
Yeah,
Agile. So it's not
yeah,
mine, but yeah, I was big in. That's kind of
yeah,
my big foray into the Laravel community was the Yagni talk.
yeah.
Speaking of which, man, you've been coding for like 51 minutes. Do you want me to somehow take over?
I don't think you can, right?
Oh,
I
well, I meant like we could swap to my screen to give you a breather. But if you're fine, then go for it.
I'm fine for it.
I
Thank
just
you
never
for
got to code.
the suggestion. Yeah, I thought that my solution would be coded much faster, and then we could continue on your screen. But yeah,
No, it's cool.
we
No, I'm
didn't
I'm glad. I
didn't
think we're
have
I
a
think we're
script.
doing well. I just
Yeah,
sometimes after an hour straight, you gotta pass off to the pair.
yeah, indeed. Yeah, when pairing when I'm pairing with like a colleague of mine at our company, then we do this like breaks every 50 minutes,
Yeah.
or either we switch or it's like, hey, it's a 5 minute coffee break, But we're almost there, so let's just go.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have like the callable here now. So let's see if I can run the test and I can just see some things here.
Oh, somewhere we
Class not
missed a
found.
rename.
Yeah. I would have thought that PHPStorm would do that for us. So this
Oh,
one
that's
is called
weak sauce. Yeah,
Catchable Collection. Yeah.
fair enough. Okay, there we
Okay.
go.
So this is our closure, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I must say that I don't have like the reflection things in the at the top of my head. So you need to help me a little bit
Yeah,
with this.
I think we already know it's a closure, so I don't think we would reflect the class. I think, is there a reflection closure? I don't know.
Because we need to have this one,
I tell
right?
you
We
what,
need to
I'm
have.
gonna I'm gonna switch off your screen and we're gonna go out to Googlesville and we're gonna be
All right.
senior programmers. PHP reflect callable. Look at that. Third result. Show me. Show me what's up.
I'm going to try it meanwhile on
Yeah,
my
go for
screen,
it. Go for it.
and you can. I think it's reflection clause or something like that, and then you
This
give it
callable.
something. I think the callable. Let's see what.
That does not return what I wanted. Yeah, keep.
I'm just. I think
Is it a
arguments or
class? Is a
something.
closure a class? I guess.
Yeah, maybe that's also a good thing to see if this
It's
actually
interesting.
works.
It says about a class. It doesn't say anything about a closure, but I guess it's legit.
I think it works. I
Yeah.
get something back from reflection here. So now I should see, what is it, arguments or
Tell us we're all
parameters?
stuck.
How do I get
See, they do reflect function.
reflect function? Wait, I see something by Tom Gummy Bear, Tom in the comments. So it's get method, and then
I feel like reflect function is way cleaner.
wait. Yeah, okay, let's
Let's
try
just see what
that.
it returns at least real quick.
Reflection function, right?
Yeah. And drop,
So I'm
yeah.
going to remove this. Let's try it out. Uh, uh, uh.
That feels cleaner to me. I don't know. You're
Yeah,
still getting the parameters, but you don't have to go like through the get method, through the whatever.
yeah, it's better indeed. So here I can get the parameters, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're getting there, man. We're getting there. And
50 people
reflection
did the search for
parameter.
you. I just
Okay.
wanted to demonstrate that Google is your friend or any whatever your search engine. Search engines are your friend.
So get parameters, and I want to have like the first one, I guess. Yeah. And then I'm going to, just so that I have auto completion, I'm going to add it to a variable, forget first parameter, and add a little type in here. So this is reflection parameter, like
I
that.
think so. You'll want to, I mean, not that it matters, but you'll want to fix your name, your parameter.
Yeah, parameter,
Nice.
like that.
Noise.
All right.
And we can
So,
always trust that it's the first because that's how the syntax is.
and yeah, now we get the name, but we don't want the name, right? Exception.
We want
It's
the type
type
name.
hint,
But
get type.
yeah, get type's a little weird. Yeah. Get type has a name on it, but I think it can have something else too. I've played with this before in Shift and it gets weird. And I think it changes in PHP 8. So it's arrow name, but I think even name can be something else.
Undefined property.
Get
Let's
name maybe?
see it again.
Maybe you have
Yeah,
to do
maybe
get name.
get No.
No, see, this is where it gets weird. You have to like get type name or something. No, no, no.
Get
I'm sorry. It's
like this. No?
no. It's I think it's actually get type name or get
Ah,
type class. No, it's all one. It's all one method. It's like get type. Yeah. See. Ah, shit.
this? No.
We're
Get
just
type
we're going
name?
back. Yeah, we're going back. PHP get type. Uh, get type name.
Yeah. This is why you want your objects to have like a decent
Oh, that's not
API.
reflection. Reflection. Get type.
Uh,
Reflection type. Yeah, it's named type. I think that's what it is.
name type?
Oh, it's so weird, man. Yeah. Reflection
Nah.
named type. Yeah, so when you do get type,
Get type, yeah.
it returns, I guess, the type. But if you have a named, if you know you have a named type, you can get. It's really lame. I'll send it to you.
Hi.
Let me just find the right thing. It's yeah. How do you get after that? There's a way.
If anybody in the chat knows, get name is only available on get reflection named type.
Yeah.
It's not get type,
See
get
how this
name.
is reflection named type in your output?
Get name, but this is
No,
just a
look at
string
your
I
output
can.
here on PHP unit. Reflection named type. See how it's not just a reflection type, it's a reflection named type?
Ah,
PHPStorm's
yeah.
not going to complete it, but it's going to be there. Get name will be there after get type.
Okay, let's try it. Senior programmers in action. Oh yeah, there you have it.
It's only there because it's that type of reflection type.
Right, right.
If that's brain bending
Okay,
enough.
so this is the, I guess, the exception class, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think if people don't type in it, what are we going to do? Just do exception class?
I
So we
guess.
have always have something. I should import it, I guess. Or I've already imported it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess.
No? Well, not important. So yeah, we have the exception class now.
Yep.
Maybe because we have it from the callable now. Handle callable.
What are you thinking?
I'm thinking, yeah, we'll get into troubles now, right? Because
Yeah, this is what I was saying
we,
earlier. I don't think you want a for
yeah,
each. I think the for each wants to, you want to put that in your try.
like this, you mean?
Yeah, so like take your for each line,
Yeah,
take line 33 to 36 and just go down and put it in your try and uncomment everything again. And it's basically done.
yeah. So I get this. Yeah, I should still remove that thing. Wait, I don't have enough space here. So
No, not there. I would just put it in catch because we're just always going to catch stuff.
wait, I'm confused. Like this,
I asked you
right?
to let
And
me
then we
program. Ah.
yeah.
No, go just Command Z, Command Z, Command Z. You lost
Let's see.
everything.
Okay. Okay. Sorry.
That's all right. Okay, that's
That's
good
some.
enough. That's good enough.
I.
Okay, uncomment the bottom
So
first.
I
All right,
try catch.
and move your
Ah, yeah. And here I
return
put.
back down.
Yeah.
Let's just take everything from
Return
the top and put it back where
back.
it was. And now take the for
Ah,
each and put it in the catch. Yeah,
catch.
and drop
Sorry,
your
that
try.
wasn't a. Yeah.
Nailed
Okay.
it. And now
Yeah.
we need handle single callback to potentially do something.
Yeah. But it should. Let's
See,
see.
that's the thing. We're gonna need to rethrow. If we don't find what you told us to find, then we're gonna have to rethrow. If we don't end up handling one, we need to throw the exception again.
Yeah, indeed. So I guess this. What should this return?
I don't know. I would say,
Yeah, it's just always rethrowing, right? Because otherwise we will have rethrowed it there.
well, we won't
I
rethrow
don't
it there. We
know.
would actually want to handle it there.
Yeah,
So handle
indeed.
single callback kind of needs to let us know if it, again, we're going to clean this up, but it would need to let us know if it handled it or not.
Do we need to
No,
try
no,
back here again?
unacceptable.
No,
I mean, sure
because
we could, but
what?
I'm not allowing it. JMac's saying no.
Because because imagine that you have like a catch block where you actually, yeah, if you've catched it here,
Yeah, we would just want
then
to execute the callable like we were.
yeah, yeah, indeed.
So go down to handle single callback and just
Yeah.
actually execute the callable.
We're going to execute it,
Yep.
and I should give it the exception then, right? So I need to pass it here as well.
See, then now that's why I don't like
And
this method in the beginning because I never liked it. Like, I don't want to pass everything down to it. I think if we just find one, we should just, or
let's just
yeah,
inline it back again. I It was an optimization that I did too early, I
that's
guess.
right. The wrong abstraction, Sandy Metz.
Yeah.
Uh,
The classical
this is
error.
why, kids. Don't listen to Freek when he's telling you to make weird apps.
You can make a meme of it now. Don't extract too early, and then with my face on it. No.
This is Freek.
Okay, so here we have the exception class, and I guess then if
Yeah.
the exception class is equals to get class of the exception,
Yeah. I like it.
then we should define, then we should execute the callable, and we will give it the exception. And I guess it's not only get class, I guess it's instance of.
I think you're gonna have to do get class though. Can you compare a string to with instance of?
I think so.
Okay.
I think this works with. Well, we'll see in the tests,
Yeah, I
I
guess so.
guess.
I guess we'll see.
And this is
So
all
now we have to do something
I
kind of
guess.
weird though. Do we have to like? We need to stop execution though. We need to like return or something.
Ah, yeah, yeah, indeed. We should just stop the for each loop
Yeah.
by returning. Yeah,
Well, we
yeah,
want to stop the
because
whole method because there's an
that's
exception.
actually
And
it's going to be stopped here, I guess. No, 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 no. It isn't going
yeah,
to be stopped.
we have to quit at this point. We caught your exception and we quit. Or well,
Should we just rethrow it?
see, this is actually kind of interesting because think about this. If you chain more things after catch and you caught an exception, they should still get the collection. So we actually would return the original collection in its current state.
Yeah.
Because if you're saying try this, catch this, and if it doesn't work, then continue to do this with the collection, then actually we do return here. So we need to kind of like break out of the catch and allow it to return. Otherwise, if we caught something and it didn't match any of your exception callables, then we would rethrow it for just Laravel to catch it.
Mm. Mm, 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 mm.
So it's ugly, but for
So
now, let's just return this original collection.
yeah, that you can just work
You just keep working with.
further with. Yeah.
And then
Okay.
in the bottom of the for each, if we fell through all of that, we would need to rethrow the exception.
Yeah, that's a good way to go about it. Yeah.
Nice. Let's see what the heck this does.
Yeah. I like it. I'm just letting it sink in, but I like it.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's
Oh, yeah.
nastiness, but this is a massive 1 hour spike.
Yeah. I need coffee in a bit. Oh.
I just finished mine. But yeah, anyway.
Here we
Yes, I
go.
totally agree with the comments. You don't really know what the state is with the collection at that point, but it's kind of on you. Like if you said try and catch, and then you wanted to keep chaining collection methods, like it's up to you to basically assume that the collection is the state of what it was originally. Like in this case, a lowercase ABC. So yeah, exactly. You don't know where it got processed or finished. So it's kind of on you as the developer to handle that. That's not really on the
Hmm.
implementation. Anyway, what did we get? I missed the code.
Yeah, I haven't actually looked. I'm so invalid. So we are. Where do we catch that? I'm so invalid. Here
Yeah, but
we
we
true.
didn't do anything in our function though. So how do we know we got there?
So it just fell through,
It just
right?
fell through.
Right.
Interesting.
I. You know what? Let's just see if we don't do anything, then it should still work. Right? No, because we didn't
Yeah, we
return
didn't
anything.
map anything.
You just return letter. Um, make the test pass string to upper, just to see if the happy path still works, and it does.
Oh, it
So
looks like Nuno approved our pair sessions. I'm
nice.
glad I'm on the list now. I've
Yeah,
been talking about these for
I
months on Twitter. Pair with me.
yeah, I think you should do it again. Because it's really fun. For my side as well.
I got to be able to touch the
I'm
keyboard next time though. This is nuts.
Yeah, I think there are some sharing sessions, sharing
Yeah.
tools where you can have like a keyboard
Well, even if we
both.
just shot it back like old school, like we could have just put it in a gist and or some GitHub repo.
The next time we are going to pair, then we're going to do this. We're just going to set up a Git repo
Yeah.
beforehand. I'll
Yeah.
push it, then we
At
can
40 like
switch
at 45 minutes,
it
like I said
together.
earlier, we should have ping
Yeah.
ponged.
Yeah.
Cuz it's nothing
And-
it's not you just slow down. That's not you. It's just you need a break. You should that's the whole point of
yeah.
pairing. You should take those breaks.
Yeah, what you saw me do earlier, that bad refactor, that was just my brain breaking down. Like I
Exactly.
can't think
Freek's a
anymore.
good
It's
programmer.
like
He's a good
yeah,
programmer. He just
I
needed a
hope
break.
I hope so that I'm good.
All right, let's figure out what
Uh,
this is and shut it down.
okay, so we throw a new domain exception, and then we want to be in the domain
Yeah,
exception catch, right? And here we are in the
invalid.
invalid
So I think
arguments.
some people were saying that the instance of type might be a little bit off, and that's why it's not getting caught. So let's go
Let's
check
just do
that.
the let's just do the get class first because we know that that works, right? Is get class like that, right?
Yeah,
Let's
let's
see
see what
that.
this does. So it
Ooh.
passes.
Yeah, I should do that before returning.
Oh yeah, good call.
So no whales found. So we
So Adrian
expect
says
that we
the
want
if
to.
is wrong. Let's run the test again. In domain exception, no whales found. That's good, but technically I would have expected oh no, the invalid's commented out. So uncomment the invalid and see if
Yeah,
it catches that now.
yeah.
Ooh! Now comment
Uh,
both throws and see if it goes all the way through.
right. I guess it'll work. Yeah.
Oh! We found some whales, Freek. We
Hey,
have found
finally.
them. Okay, real quick though, some people were
Yeah.
saying still the if was wrong. Only inverse of variable order around instance of. Okay, I got you. So basically what they were saying was we can use instance of, but you have to do the hard concrete against the abstract. So let's flip that. Let's say exception instance of exception class.
Exception instance of exception
Which
class.
actually makes sense because we again that string thing that was something I was worried about anyway. So let's see if this
No,
runs again.
let's let's try it. I'm going to have like a more general
Total
exception here
generic. Okay, I like it.
in generic, and it should catch this one,
That's
right?
right.
Aye, let's try it. And it does.
Nice.
Nice.
Comment that out
If,
and see if it plays on. Oh, comment
uh,
out the throw.
right.
Sorry. on line 21. Yeah.
Like this. All right, let's try it.
And then
Oh
what
yeah.
about commenting out the invalid exception throw on 18? Oh, no, no. Leave
Uh,
that, but on 18 uncomment. I just like to toggle them on and off. This is where we need more
Alright.
test cases.
Yeah, indeed.
That's okay. Sweet.
That's good.
I think this is
And,
cool. So one last thing,
and
and I think Tim just said it in the chat, which is awesome. Do we need to like maybe have throwable instead of
yeah, I think so. But does Laravel allow that? Because I think Throwable was only added in PHP 7.3 or 7.4, not in 7.2, I guess.
um no, it
Or
was it was a
no,
Symfony
it is.
underlying change. We're good.
Yeah, yeah, indeed. Yeah, I remember because I needed or Marcel, I don't know who did it, need to update it in Ignition as well.
Yeah.
So this would be not bad medical, but throwable.
Yeah.
Throwable. And it should all still work, right?
Yeah, it's just a tiny little bit. Sweet. All right, well
Okay.
let's do this. Let's put this in a gist, maybe a public gist if you want to wrap it up, and then maybe what I can do since you did all this coding is I'll try to test drive it back to life again.
Okay.
And then
Nice.
if we want to do another cleanup pair session some other time, cool.
Yeah, sure.
If not, I'll test drive it and then you could clean it up or we'll just keep ping ponging it.
Yeah, sure. I'm totally up for that. Let's agree on a date time off the stream for this. But
Yeah.
I think we can do this soon. So
Okay, cool. Well, yeah, just share this catchable collection somewhere in a gist. We'll let more people comment on it and stuff that watch the stream.
yeah,
And then
I'll do that off stream as well.
yeah, we'll do that off stream. And then maybe what I'll do later today or tonight is actually get those tests so we don't need to be commenting stuff back and forth.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
that's a
not
good
go
idea.
full screen, and then let's go full screen with our faces, and we'll share our whale story.
Yeah.
We'll end with the story, kids.
I didn't read the entire chat here, but I saw a mention of Marcel here. I don't know if he's
Oh,
still in the chat
uh,
because he's part of the story as well, right?
oh yeah. Okay, so it was okay. So here I'm gonna set it up, and then Freek had a different vantage point than me, so I'll let you take over, like from the
Okay.
harbor on. But let me set up the story like I set up this stream. Okay, so basically, we are in Laracon AU last October, and it's after the conference. Been hanging out all week, getting some beers, all this stuff like that, good eats, and meeting people. And it's the last day, and Frake and them have a flight. What you guys were leaving that night or something?
Yeah, that's early afternoon
Early
or
afternoon.
late afternoon, I think it was.
So we
Yeah, that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter that
Well,
day.
it's the day you're leaving though, so this sets up
Yeah.
kind of the interesting thing of the day. So anyway, we're staying in this little harbor area, and we go down to watch. We're gonna do this whale watching. Everybody been talking about all week. Do this whale watching, and Frake and Marcel were actually supposed to see like the 9 a.m. and they missed it, or what happened? You guys drank too much,
Sorry.
or didn't get up enough, or your coffee was late.
Yeah, I think we were too late for the first go, I think.
Yeah, so my fiance wanted to do the whales too because we were going to move to Bondi Beach, which was like a different part of Sydney. And so basically, oh, Frake's got an image here. Good. Hopefully everybody can see that. Yeah. So we're loading up. Here we are in the harbor. But happenstance, we actually ended up on the same thing because they were going to go on the 9 a.m. And we were going to go on the noon. But because they missed it, we ran into them and we were like, oh, good. We'll sit together and we'll do whatever. So Ashley took this picture of us, and this is beautiful harbor. But before we get on this boat, okay, they are basically telling us, hey, it's nice here. It looks really good here. But when we get out there, the whales are pretty elusive. We're going to have to go real far out, to see them. And there's some swells. And the guy that's telling us all this is basically like, you know, trying to like make sure we're comfortable. But the guy behind him is like, these things are huge. He's
Yeah.
like big waves. And so, we're just like, whatever. We've been waiting all morning. Let's do it. And so we get out there, and it's all fine. It looks real pretty like this. I think this might even be the way back, in fairness. So it's all super pretty, and we get out to the mouth of the ocean where the harbor meets the ocean, right? And it is just like completely changes its landscape. I mean, the wind comes in, the clouds roll in, and there are like 18-meter swells, just like, or sorry, 18-foot swells, just like going nuts. I mean, biggest waves I've ever seen in my life. The ship is rocking. You can feel the captain turning into the wave, so we're not like
It was
swaying.
fantastic.
Freek is like freaking, Jack from Titanic. He is on like the bow. Him and Marcel are on the bow of the boat, just like, yay! I go up
Yeah,
there for a minute and like try to hang out with him, and I couldn't get back downstairs, and like Ashley's getting seasick. Oh my god.
yeah. Let me just give a little bit explanation of this photo. This is Marcel being like awesome here, and this photo was taken like on, I think, on the way
It
back a
was
little bit
definitely on the way
aren't-
back.
because there aren't any high waves here. But you see somebody here with like a puke back here, so so
They
this
got
is
their
what,
hood on. I mean, I
yeah.
tried to take a picture from downstairs, like a little selfie. Everyone was sick. I would say 80% of the people on the boat were sick. I think
Yeah.
the only handful of people were like Marcel, Freek, myself, that weren't sick, and then of course the crew. But I mean, everyone else was sick. It was
Yeah.
hilarious. I really want to get a
I-
picture, but Ashley was so mad at me because she's here in the bag like this, and I'm like on the seat, and I was gonna like smile and do this real stupid picture. I think she would have killed me. But in retrospect, I told her I almost took that picture. Oh, and I had just bought the iPhone 11, and I was like, this is like $1,000 if I drop this over the side as we're crashing through these waves.
yeah.
So I didn't do it.
Oh, they're saying that they can't see the picture. I don't
Oh,
know if I can make that visible. Maybe like this. I don't
maybe
know
we're
if
not
they
sharing
can do it
screen
like this.
anymore. Oh, sorry. Freek, can you share your screen again? I think I lost the screen share when I switched screens.
Wait, let me.
Or you're still sharing. No, what I did was, there we go.
I,
Sorry about that, people.
do you see it?
I switched to just our faces for story time. So now, yeah, go back a few pictures in the harbor.
All right. So yeah, this is the harbor. This is yeah when we were sailing out, and yeah,
Yeah, here
this
we
is
go.
us.
This is the picture Ashley took. So this is in the harbor. We just got on the boat. Everything's cool. Everybody's fine. All these people here in about 30 minutes are going to be the sickest they've ever been in their life.
Yeah, indeed. And we have like children there and like old people and like J-Mac was saying, the crew was saying like 50% of you will throw up if you
Yes.
enter this boat, 50 of you will do it. You have to believe me.
I was
And
talking to one of
everybody
the
and
crew.
everybody
Yeah.
was going on the boat. Yeah.
Everybody still went in. Everybody like crowded in to try to get the best seat, and he was actually trying to be like real with everyone and say, "Look, half of you are going to get sick." And I remember talking to him later when it did calm down, and I was like, "Man, you weren't kidding." He was like, "I don't know why people think I do." I was like, "Have you ever been out and worse than this?" And he was like, "Oh
Yeah.
yeah." And I was like, "Well, what do you say then?" And he's like, "Basically, all of you will get sick."
Yeah. But the sad part of the story, JMac, is that we didn't get to see any whales,
Yeah, we
right? It
saw
was like,
no whales.
yeah.
It was like an
So
hour of just smashing through these waves to get out to this point in the sea. And then once the waves behind you, it wasn't that bad. So again, this picture was on the way back, but you can tell some of these people are just like exhausted.
yeah. Marcel is saying in the chat that it was even more than 50%. Yeah,
Oh yeah,
I
it was
I,
way
th- I
more.
think I think so too. And I also remember that when we were crashing into these waves, some people wanted to go below deck because this is a picture of above deck, right?
This is the top
Uh,
deck.
But 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 they couldn't get off because the boat was rocking so hard, and people of the crew had to help people to get down the stairs because it was too dangerous to do it alone.
Yeah.
That's how hard this boat was rocking. And I loved every minute of it,
Oh,
standing
Frick was going nuts up
with
there. He was
Marcel
just
here.
like
So yeah.
so happy. Yeah, when we first hit those waves, I ran up there to get a view, and I normally don't get seasick, but I mean honestly, if I would have stayed up there the whole time, I think I would have. And I had to get help going back down.
I think actually, but yeah, maybe just saying this because I survived without puking. I think the trick is to just keep watching the horizon. I think if you're sitting down, yeah, then your body won't know
Yeah.
what's right and what's wrong. But if you see the horizon, I think your mind I gets like the picture. Okay, we're in this position. We're in this position. Okay, don't puke. Don't puke.
So the funny thing out of all this was not only did we not see whales and all this stuff, which is why we do the emojis, but something else we keep teasing about is that you had a guarantee that you would see whales. So technically, we can go back anytime to this particular company to go whale watching
Yeah,
to go see those whales finally. So if we ever go back to Laracon AU, hopefully someday when the world's a little less crazy,
yeah,
we'll be able to finally see those whales. But it was still a great experience and obviously a funny inside story that we now have shared with you.
yeah, yeah. Pretty fantastic. So I think we're at the end of the stream, right?
Yeah, man. I
Gamer?
think we're good.
I'm gonna let you wrap it up, but I'm just going to say I just loved doing this, and I would love doing it again if you would have me back. So
Absolutely, yeah. Let's definitely do it again. We'll see how far we get on our own with writing those tests. So share the gist. I'll post it on the live stream comments so others can look at it. But I don't think I'll share it publicly since, of course, we still want to clean it up and everything like that. So
okay,
thanks again. Yeah, and if anybody else in the stream, I know Nuno's, said let's make this a thing. Let's do it again. I'd love to see Pest a little more. It's I actually kind of a long time ago played around with that after working on RSpec forever. So I think it's so cool that you brought it to PHP. All
okay,
right,
I'm going to sign off.
see y'all.
See ya.